Okay folks, thanks very much for joining us. Today I'm going to be showing you how I tie up the tails of Irish shrimp flies. I actually usually tie them in batches just to save a wee bit of time. But what I'll do is, first thing I need to do is add on my thread, and then it's very important that you have a tag because the tag helps splay it. So this tag is actually a medium. For this fly I'll probably use a small rib, but it's important that you have a thick tag. Even if you're going to have wire or anything on the rib, it's still important that you have that thick tag for security. So I tie it in underneath, and then just close to where the hook points are, and then I just tie on a few turns of that tag and secure that in. Now, if you were to secure the tag a little bit further down, that some people do for the likes of these Patriot hooks, the problem is that your tail will start pointing downwards because it's going to be level with the tag. So you want that tag basically hit where your shank becomes level after the bend of the hook. Okay, so then you just have to pick a feather. So this is the way the capes come. So you can have these yellow feathers, rump feathers, but they're a lot smaller, usually for about size 12s or size 14s. Whereas you're wanting the breast feathers, which is the red ones here, and they come in, well, all different sizes, right up to size 14 or so as well. So the size of the feather I want is just a bit longer than the actual shank itself, or a bit longer than the hook itself, sorry. So I just have a wee look here, it's still a bit small. Okay, and that's the size 8, so there is less big feathers, but let's see. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is remove all the soft fluff from underneath. You don't need to remove it all, it's just getting it out of the way. If you do have a fibre, see like here you've got a few fibres that are split, just remove those, pinch those off, or you can cut them, it's entirely up to yourself. Okay, so expose the tip and actually start tying on top of the tip and onto the stalk itself, the tip end. Okay, then I remove the excess. You can train the fibre to go in with your scissors, but it's probably quicker just to use a wet hand because they are quite soft. Get them pointing all in one direction. Once you're ready, then just start winding it on like a hackle. And this is where it does get very messy. Okay, and make sure you pull those fibres out every turn. And you're wanting touch and turns, you're not wanting any on top of each other. And I normally, for this size, I would just use up the whole feather. Some people would even use 2 feathers for faster water, and then I secure the stalk on the top of the shank there, again at the halfway point. Now, what you could do is you could use a dubbing needle or scissors and just tease all that out. But what I do is I remove it, and at the rear I go and blow it, and then that gives you a nice even spread. If you want to, use wet fingers to keep their shape. Once you're happy with it, then just put it back on. And then this is where, I don't always do this, but usually do, because I know there's a good rib there, and because I know that the stalk of golden pheasant's very weak, I actually tie on top of the golden pheasant right up to the rib. And then you'll see that goes, it still maintains that, it still has its bounce. In fact, it probably kicks up even further, but it means that you're relying on the thread. There you go, you can see it coming up. You're relying on the thread as opposed to the stalk to be holding the feather, so really secure hold. And then that's it folks, you just continue on the body as you would